Yo, it is Sunday, April 12th, 2026, and you are hanging with us on CoeCast. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley. Happy National Grilled Cheese Day, apparently, which is honestly elite. Also Yuri's night, so if you celebrate space and melted cheese, this is your Super Bowl.
That combo is incredible. Space, sandwiches, and this episode was assembled by a fully automated stack of AI tools doing its weird little orchestra thing behind the curtain. So if a robot takes an emotional detour, we respect the art.
We leave the fingerprints on the glitch. That's the vibe. All right, Hunt. The timeline has been very loud about open source AI this week. DeepSeek's older open models are back in the chat because people keep pointing to that recipe. Multilingual support, huge training run, waits on Hugging Face, and in some cases, commercial-friendly terms depending on the specific model license. And now everybody's asking the big question. Can companies finally build a serious private AI stack without emotionally attaching themselves to a closed API vendor?
Honestly, yeah. For a lot of companies, we are at that point. Not every company, not every use case, but if your goal is brand voice systems, internal co-pilots, multilingual content generation, support workflows, that stack is way more real now. The important shift is not just model quality, it's ownership. If I can host the model, tune the model, wrap it in my own guardrails, and keep my data flow private, I'm not renting my whole operating system from somebody else.
That's the part people miss. Open source is not just a budget take, it's a control take. It's like owning the kitchen instead of ordering delivery forever.
Exactly, and for marketers, that matters more than people think. A closed model can be amazing, right up until it changes pricing, changes policy, rate limits you during a launch, or suddenly decides your harmless campaign copy is spiritually dangerous.
Or it just gets moody. Frontier models have mood swings. I said what I said.
They do, and open models give you a different kind of stability. Not perfect stability, but at least you can architect around them. The catch is, owning the stack means owning the mess too.
There it is. Because the timeline is like open source equals freedom, and I'm like, babe, freedom also means you now have to buy the couch, move the couch, and wonder why the couch doesn't fit through the door.
That is a perfect description. The trap moves. You escape vendor lock-in, but now you've got infrastructure costs, governance headaches, evals, security, model routing, and the eternal curse of automating a bad process faster.
The classic we automated the chaos starter pack.
Yeah. If your content ops are already sloppy, an open model just lets you produce off-brand chaos at industrial speed.
Which, to be fair, some teams are weirdly talented at.
Very talented. So if a normal org wants to adopt this stuff, who leads? My answer is not just marketing, not just IT, not just legal. It has to be a little coalition. But the quarterback should be whoever owns the workflow outcome.
Say more.
If the use case is brand content generation, marketing should lead the objective. IT should own infrastructure and security, legal should shape policy and risk, ops should keep the process sane. If you let one department do it in a vacuum, you get either a lockdown museum piece or a chaotic toy.
Yes. And also, tiny plea from me to the universe, please include the person who actually has to use the thing every day. Not just the committee of people who discovered Hugging Face last weekend and now speak in deployment poetry.
Thank you. The operator in the trench matters. The editor, campaign manager, support lead, producer. They know where the real friction is.
Speaking of friction, let's hit the multilingual thing. DeepSeek got a lot of chatter because people kept highlighting bilingual training and multilingual usefulness. And honestly, this is where the old translation workflow starts looking ancient. Like we used to write in one language, throw it into a translator, then patch the cultural weirdness after the fact. That is not the game anymore.
Totally. The future is not translation as a last-mile task. It's multilingual generation from the start. You give the system brand intent, audience context, channel context, and then generate natively for different regions. That's a much better workflow than making one master asset in English and hoping it survives the trip.
Yeah, because translated and actually local are not the same thing. One feels like a coupon, the other feels like a campaign.
Right. A real multilingual system understands tone, references, rhythm, and how an offer lands in different markets. That means better ad copy, better scripts, better support responses, better conversational experiences.
Also less cringe. Very important KPI.
Hugely important KPI.
Okay, now voice. Because X has been fully obsessed with voice AI all week. NVIDIA Personaplex has people talking about real-time expressive voices, and multilingual cloning tools are getting way better. So how close are we to brands scaling podcasts, ads, support, and localization with synthetic voices before people start asking if anyone at the company still has lungs?
Closer than a lot of people think. I don't think synthetic voice replaces every human voice role, but it absolutely expands production capacity. The shift is that voice models are becoming production tools, not just demo bait. If you need ad localization, product explainers, synthetic presenters, support voice layers, training content, even podcast spin-offs, that's very doable now.
Wait, podcast spin-offs is the spicy one.
It is. Imagine one core show gets turned into short recaps, multilingual clips, alternate versions for different audiences, maybe even role-based explainers for sales teams or customer onboarding. That's suddenly practical.
My sleeper pick is customer support with branded voice layers that don't sound like a haunted GPS. That's the underhyped category. Everyone's focused on clones for creators, but the real money move might be support that sounds calm, consistent, and actually useful.
I agree, though I'd add ad localization. That one is huge. Brands spend so much time re-recording, revising, and coordinating talent. If you can preserve tone and timing while adapting for multiple markets, that changes the economics fast.
And with better control, you can actually keep character consistency. That matters. Nobody wants the French version of the ad to sound like the mascot went through a breakup.
Exactly. But, and this is the giant but, consent and disclosure matter a lot here. We've already got weird stories proving the social side of AI is getting messy.
Oh my gosh, yes. The AI baby deer plushie texting conspiracy theories, that story is absolutely cursed. Cute toy, deeply unserious vibes, then suddenly it's doing unsolicited lore dumps like your most chaotic group chat friend.
And that's the lesson. If AI systems can reach people in intimate formats like voice, companions, or support, you need boundaries. Another story this week had a family recreating a deceased son as an AI avatar to speak with his mother without telling her he had died. That is way beyond product design. That's ethics, consent, reality, grief, all of it.
Yeah, that one is brutal. It shows how powerful voice and avatar tech already is, but also how fast emotional realism can outrun governance. Just because the model can do comfort theater doesn't mean the system should.
Exactly. And that connects directly to marketing agents too. Because now the pitch is no longer just AI helps write copy. It's AI runs the campaign. AI teammates, AI CMOs, AI optimization loops, chatbot commerce flows. That category is moving fast.
And some of it feels legit, and some of it feels like a slot machine wearing a dashboard.
That's the line. A useful autonomous system should show its work. I want clear goals, permissions, audit logs, rollback ability, budget controls, human approval checkpoints, and real reporting against a baseline. Don't tell me the agent vibes are immaculate. Show me the decision chain.
Yes. If it can touch spend, targeting, or live campaign execution, I need receipts. I need to know what inputs it used, what it changed, why it changed it, and how fast I can stop it when it starts free soloing.
Exactly. And if a vendor can't explain failure modes, it's not autonomous marketing. It's just autocomplete with a confidence problem.
Also, can we talk OpenClaw for a second? Because people keep pitching open multi-agent stacks like they're the path to total flexibility. And sure, I get it, ownership is sexy. But if you don't govern the swarm, you just made a little office full of cheerful interns who all have admin access.
That's the danger. OpenClaw-style agent frameworks are powerful because you can customize them deeply and avoid being boxed into one vendor's roadmap. But multi-agent automation needs strict role design, clear tasks, narrow permissions, strong memory boundaries, logging, kill switches. Otherwise, you don't have a team, you have a parade.
A parade of overconfident little bots.
Exactly. And one more thing on trust. Researchers also showed how easy it was to invent a fake disease online and get chatbots to start repeating it like it was real. That should sober everybody up. Model fluency is not the same as model truth.
Whew. That story should be pinned above every prompt box. If your autonomous system is making claims, especially in health, finance, or anything sensitive, you need grounded sources and human review. The internet is full of nonsense, and the model is like, yum, training data.
Sadly true. So big picture, what should organizations prepare for over the next couple years? My answer is a messy middle. Leaner teams, better leverage, more automation, but not some clean handoff where humans disappear. The winners are the teams that design human-in-the-loop systems well.
Same. I don't buy full robot takeover, and I also don't buy it's all fake. I think we get more leverage, faster iteration, smaller teams doing bigger output, and a lot of companies realizing they still need taste, strategy, and actual adults in the room.
Yep. Better tools, more orchestration, more ownership where it makes sense, and a lot of expensive pilot projects for teams that skipped process design.
Spreadsheets remain undefeated.
They really do.
All right, that's our Sunday grilled cheese and space dispatch from KoiCast.
Thanks for hanging with us. And if you want more AI news and updates, check out koi.com/resource.
Subscribe, send this to your favorite workflow goblin, and celebrate National Grilled Cheese Day by automating responsibly and maybe not giving admin access to a plush deer.
Solid advice. Catch you next time.
Later.